Hey everyone, welcome. And my name is Isaac, and I run growth here at DSN Software. And thank you for giving us 20-ish minutes of your time this evening. A few housekeeping items before we dive in. Again, the session will be around 20 minutes, and we'll save time for Q&A. But if you have questions as we go, feel free to put them in the chat, and I will do my best to answer them. And if I can't answer them this second, then we'll get back to you. So no worries on that. The session is being recorded, so if you need to step away, no worries. We will get that recording to you tomorrow morning. Um, Other thing just to note, this won't be a demonstration session, so please do not expect a demo. If you do want to see DSN's AI in action, we're happy to set that up after the fact. So with all that being said, let's jump in and talk about AI and specialty practices, what's real, what's hype, and what to do first. So there'll be four parts today. Part one is a pretty simple framework, the three levels of AI in practice software. This is the tool you'll use to evaluate every vendor from now on, including DSN. Part two, we'll talk about what's real. 5 AI use cases that are actually in specialty practices right now in production. Then in part three, we'll talk about what's hype. And these will be 3 things you should ignore this year, no matter how good the marketing sounds. And then finally, in part four, we'll talk about what to do first. And this is a 4-step readiness checklist of sorts. And we'll communicate this with you after the webinar as well. Lastly, we'll just give you sort of like a peek at DSN and what we've done. But again, there won't be demos on this session. So let's move in. So here's the problem we're solving for today. Open any dental software website right now and count how many times you see the phrase AI powered. A scheduling tool with a chatbot bolted on, AI powered. A dictation add-on, AI powered. A platform where the AI can read your entire patient database and answer questions about it in real time, also AI powered. These are the same label, but they're wildly different things. And that gap is expensive if you buy the wrong one because you're signing a multi-year contract, most likely. You're moving your data, you're retraining your team, and the strength of the word AI really has no fixed meaning. So today we're going to give that word a fixed meaning and again talk through the 3 levels of AI powered practice. Okay, so here's the framework. Level 1 is bolt-on AI. And this is a chatbot or dictation widget attached to software that hasn't fundamentally changed. It can maybe answer generic questions, but it can't see your schedule, can't see your production, or your patient data. It's almost a decoration. And honestly, most of the market lives right here. Level 2 is feature AI. And these are real, useful, single-purpose tools that are AI powered. Examples of this include a note summarizer, a claim scrubber, an automated reminder based on appointment type. And these are genuinely helpful, but each one is on an island and they don't necessarily talk to each other and they don't see the whole practice or the data within. Level 3 is connected AI. And this is where the AI is wired into your live practice data. You ask it for a chart, it opens it. You ask it for a report and it runs. You describe a dashboard and it can build it out. At level 3, AI stops being a feature you use and starts actually being how you operate the practice at a more efficient level. The green tag up top says the destination, and that's exactly what level 3 is. Everything else we talk about today hangs off of this ladder. So the obvious question is, why isn't everyone at level 3? Let's go to it. So why is most of the market, stuck at level 2? Because level 3 is not a feature you can simply add. It's an architecture you need to be built on top of. So think it through with me. If your patient data lives on a server in a supply closet, and for a lot of practices it really does, then pretty much no AI on the planet can have a live conversation with that data. The AI runs in the cloud most likely, and again, your data is locked in a box down the hall. They can't talk. That's the level 2 ceiling, and it's permanent until the data moves. Cloud native platforms flip that. Your data is live and reachable, so the AI can query it in real time. And as a bonus, the software improves continuously instead of waiting for an upgrade visit or a disk in the mail. And yes, discs still are a thing in this industry. Hold on to this point because it comes back at the end when we talk about what to do first. The order of operations matters. Infrastructure first and then AI. You cannot do it the other way around. Okay, so framework is done. Now let's talk about what's actually real. Part two, what's real today? And I want to be precise about what real means here. Everything in this section is running in production in specialty practices right now, and nothing on this slide is a roadmap item or just a concept video. We'll start in the operatory. Use case one, charts by voice. A surgeon mid-procedure, gloved and scrubbed, ask for a patient's chart or a pano, or open the claim, and it appears on screen. Nobody breaks scrub. Nobody asks an assistant to stop what they're doing and click through 5 screens. You ask and it's there. You can also use your voice to run reports on things like which referring doctor has sent the most patients last month. Now use case two, hands-free documentation. Procedure notes and medication entries captured by voice during the case while the details are still fresh. Ask any surgeon on this call what they'd pay to stop writing notes at 7 o'clock at night, and you'll understand why this is the single fastest adopted AI use case in the specialty world. Both of these need level 3, full stop. The AI has to see the live record to open it, and it has to write to the live record to document it. A bolt-on chatbot can do neither. And this is what the latter looks like in real life. Now let's move on to the front of the house because AI is doing just as much work out here. Use case 3, dashboards on demand. Instead of hunting for a saved report or wrestling with a report writer, you describe what you want to see. Production by provider this week. No-show rate by referral source. Collections versus last month. You say it and it builds it. For owners, this is one thing that changes your monthly meeting. Use case 4, referral triage. For specialty practices, referrals are the revenue engine, and most practices are still managing them across faxes, phone calls, and sticky notes. AI-assisted intake gives you one queue with a status on every referral and a patient snapshot attached. Nothing falls through the cracks, and your referring doctors notice the difference. Use case 5 is admin automation. Open claims flagged before they age out. Routine follow-ups drafted for you. The reporting busy work that eats your office manager's afternoon gets handled. Great. Now let's move on to the next section, what to ignore in 2026. And essentially, what is just AI hype? So number one is AI diagnoses replacing surgeon judgments. Decision support tools are real, and they're definitely improving, but autonomous diagnosis has regulatory problems, liability problems, and accuracy problems that are not getting solved this year, at least. Anyone selling you that AI diagnoses instead of you is selling you something that does not exist yet. Number two, the AI-powered relabel. This is software that is not meaningfully changed in a decade. Now with AI and the logo and a higher price. And here's the tell. Ask whether AI can see your live data. If the answer is no, you're looking at a relabel. Number three, fully autonomous AI. You'll hear the word agents, AI that runs multi-step work in your practice without human watching. But here's the truth. Pretty much nobody in dental has that in production today. When it's real and safe for patient data, it'll be built on level 3 infrastructure. Level 3 infrastructure, excuse me. Which is one more reason to get there first. But if a rep claims they have it now, ask to see it running on actual customer practice, not a demo environment, and see what happens. So, how do you cut through all the noise with one question? Can you use AI on my live patient data? So pretty much in every demo from every vendor you have, ask this out loud. Can your AI, again, see my live patient practice data? Not a sample database, not an export from last quarter, my schedule, my production, my patients right now, live. If the answer is yes, you're most likely looking at level 3. And every use case from part 2 is on the table for your practice. If the answer is no, then whatever the website says, and whatever the website label says, you're probably looking at level 2. And this one question saves you from every relabel on the market. It costs you next to nothing to ask, and it'll save you a bunch of time, and potentially expensive mistakes. All right, part 4. What do you actually do with all of this? 4 steps in order, and the order matters. Step 1 is find your data. And I mean this literally. Walk to wherever your server lives. And if that walk ends in a supply closet, congratulations, you found your first project, because nothing above level 2 is available to you until that data moves. And this is the architecture point from earlier coming home. Step 2, pick one painful workflow. Do not try to boil the ocean. Pick the one thing that hurts most and can be measured. Maybe it's documentation time. Maybe it's referral response time, how long it takes to build a report. But again, you really should just be picking one workflow and one number you can watch improve. Step 3, take the question into every demo. Can you see AI on my live practice data? Every vendor, every time, hours included. And you don't need to take notes on any of this. This exact checklist, again, we'll send to you tomorrow morning. So now that's the education. And let me show you what happens when someone actually builds 3 levels. So let's skip past this one, but essentially DSN, we built Atlas, our new AI powered platform, with these 3 levels in mind. So if you look on the right, these are the 3 capabilities that we're really proud of, and they should look familiar because we've spoken about them earlier in the session. 1, you can pull charts by voice, run any report by asking hands-free clinical notes. That's the exact list from part 2 of this session, and that wasn't an accident. Those use cases weren't hypothetical. They're what Atlas does every day. Staff ask questions in plain English and get answers from their live data. Surgeons query patient records mid-surgery without ungloving. Owners describe the dashboard they want and watch it get built. Now you'll notice I'm showing you slides today instead of a live demo. And again, this is on purpose. The demo is on its own about 20 minutes, and they're a lot more useful when they're tailored to the workflows that matter to you. All right, now let's land the plane with 4 key takeaways. 1, the 3 levels: bolt-on, feature, connected. Every vendor in this market sits somewhere on it, and now you know how to place them. 2, architecture sets the ceiling. If the AI can't reach the data, then the AI can't help you. Cloud comes before level 3, always. 3, one question cuts through all the noise. Can the AI see your live practice data? And 4, start with one workflow. Measurable pain, measurable win, then expand from there. If you only take one of these 4, take number 3. Again, the question to ask a vendor is, can the AI see my live patient data? This will protect you from pretty much every AI sticker in the industry. So now I will open this up to questions. Again, we'll shoot this around, and happy to send information as well. But let me stop there and again, open this up to questions. So one question. So one question is about AI note taking and how we actually captured notes. The short answer is DSN has a microphone that it's in beta right now, and we have produced them, but we'll be sending those to customers, and doctors can wear the microphone and just speak to them, and we will transcribe those words into structured notes on the patient chart. So again, that level 3 AI that we discussed. Let's see if any more questions come through. One question Is this live? Is DSN Atlas live? The answer is yes. We do have customers live on Atlas, and we officially released Atlas 2 weeks ago. Another question, do you need to be on Atlas to use AI features? In short, yes. Again, because if the patient's data lives on premise, then the AI models are going to have a pretty impossible time reaching and querying that data. So yes, the architecture needs to be cloud-based for the AI to work. I think that is the last question. So with that, we will call it again. Thank you so much for your time. We will be sending out this session out tomorrow. And if you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to us, dsn.com. And we're pretty easy to reach. Thank you, everyone.